Want to always stay focused and motivated in your hypnosis and coaching business? Well, listen up. These three things have been a game changer. If you look at any of my social media pages, consistency is not a problem for me. I am there showing up because that's what I said I would do. And so I was asked this question: how do you stay motivated and focused? And again, these were the three things that, and still are the three things that are helping me to do that. And the first one is going to be very unconventional and going to shock a lot of people, which is I do not rely on motivation. I do not rely on motivation. I know that you're here because you want the motivation, but truth of the matter is, motivation is an emotion just like any other emotion, right? It comes and it goes. So I don't want to rely on something that just comes and goes. I want to build up the discipline to get the things done, to do the things I said I would do, because that is what creates self trust. That is what creates self belief. We have had the a friend in the past or currently, we've had that friend who always bails, right? They say that they're going to show up to something or do something, but they never do. And so, what do you feel? What do you feel about them, right? Like you cannot trust them. You cannot rely on them. It is the same with us. If we say that we are going to say, post on social media once today and day by day by day for months and months, say 6 months, we haven't been doing that. Are we really going to trust ourselves to do that over the next few months because we haven't done it? No, we won't. And so it's not really some amorphous thing that causes us to lack self-trust. It is really the actions that we take and what we have done, what our default patterns are, that actually helps us solidify our trust and belief in ourselves. Therefore, this is why I do not rely on motivation. I rely on following through the things I said I was gonna that I were gonna do. Trust me. The last thing I want to do is make this video. The last thing I want to do is get up at 4:30 in the morning. That's the last thing I want to do, right? The last thing I want to do is commit to the nutrition plan I said I would do. That is the last thing I would do. However, the person, the version of me who has the goals that I want to achieve now is someone who commits to the things she said she was going to do. This is, if your goal is not to, if your goal is to not post every day or wake up at 4:30, you don't have to do that. The principle is, are you doing what you said you were going to do? And if not, then no wonder you're not motivated. No wonder you lack the focus, right? Because you have not followed through. You do not trust yourself. You do not have your back. And again, that is neither right or wrong. It is just what it is. It is your pattern now, and you have the power and responsibility to change that. So that is the very, very first thing. I do not rely on motivation. I rely on following through what I said I was going to do. And this really creates that solidity and self-trust and then creates the pattern to still take the action. This is what creates the focus. This is what creates the intrinsic motivation. Because once you follow through, once you see that, hey, look at me, once you're proud of yourself when you do this, that is what creates that initial high in your energy levels to then do the thing that you said you were going to do next time. It just recreates that feedback loop of you trusting yourself and doing that. So that is the very, very first thing. And the second thing is going to be a strange one, but if there is something that I want to focus on and I keep getting distracted, music is actually a really good one to utilize, but very, very, very specifically, especially if you're doing cognitive work, if you're learning something new, you do not want to listen to music with words and lyrics that you know. They have done studies on this because when you are jamming in your mind to your favorite songs, there is a narrative that's happening in your mind, right? You're remembering the lyrics, you're dancing, or you're singing it in your head. There is a separate narrative. And then you have the narrative in front of you that is more learning. You want to learn something. Maybe you're learning how to market your business or something. So if you're learning how to market your business, you need that focus, that attention on the new thing that you're learning. If you're over here as well listening to music that you like, there's two different narratives, and these competing narratives are not going to be of best interest for you, especially if you are wanting to focus on learning about marketing, right? So how I use music specifically is that if I get too spacey or too distracted, and if my thoughts are all over the place, I help keep it focused by listening to 40 hertz of binaural music. So for 40 hertz of binaural music, just go on YouTube, search that shit up. And then just have it playing in the background. It's better with earphones on, so you can see, I mean, you can hear both sides, but having that music has been shown to increase focus, especially for really highly cognitive tasks. And so you can try that. That may or may not work for you. It's something to test, but definitely if I really want to focus and I'm feeling very, very distracted, listening to that music is actually what helps me focus. So that is a fun one that you can add. And also the third, but very important one is going through your work in small tasks and have very, very frequent breaks. Our brains have been trained by social media to seek the next new thing. It's a very like it really, really did a great job hacking our dopamine system, right? So small, frequent breaks allows for you to have that sense of novelty that your brain is always seeking. So the Pomodoro technique is a technique where you do bouts of work for 25 minutes. So just set a timer, any timer will do. You will do a very focused bout of work for 25 minutes, and then for 5 minutes you rest, and take a break and do something. So incorporating that in my life has been so helpful, because it also creates that urgency in your mind to be like, shit, I got 25 minutes to get things done. And as humans, that is something that a lot of us need, that sense of urgency. And so if you have a huge ass timer in your screen right here, you're more likely going to get your shit done. And even if you do still space out, that has happened to me, then you only waste 25 minutes instead of 3 hours scrolling through TikTok, right? And so those are the three mindset hacks that are really, really great to help you stay focused and motivated. Which one of these three have been helpful for you, and share which one you are doing moving forward, or are you going to do all three, which is really, really good. Hold yourself accountable here, and share what type of things are you going to do in order to keep yourself motivated, stay motivated and focused in your business, so you can definitely have that impact that you've been wanting to make, and have more of it. And so I hope this helped, and I will see you around.